Of Iraqis who allege they'd been abused by British soldiers during the Iraq conflict has been struck off. Phil Shiner was found to have acted dishonestly in bringing murder and torture claims against the soldiers. Caroline Hawley has the story.
Phil Shiner was once regarded as one of this country's best human rights lawyers. But his firm has had to close, his reputation is in shreds, and he'll now never work as a lawyer again. It was from the aftermath of the Iraq War that Phil Shiner rose to public prominence. Suing the British Army over allegations of abuse defined his career and became a personal crusade. In all, he's brought more than 2,000 claims.
I don't know whether people were killed, but I think something went wrong. We need to find out who was responsible and who in command knew what on earth was going on here. They were kept naked, they were sexually humiliated.
This is Baha Musa, an Iraqi hotel worker battered to death in British custody. This footage shows just the start of his ordeal. It was Phil Shiner who brought the case through the British courts and to a public inquiry. But it was another public inquiry that was to prove his undoing. The Al-Swadi inquiry examined what happened after a ferocious battle in southern Iraq in 2004. These are the bodies of insurgents killed on the battlefield, but a number of Iraqis represented by Phil Shiner with legal aid had claimed they'd been murdered and mutilated in British custody. Those claims were found to be based on lies and speculation, and Phil Shiner's work was suddenly under scrutiny. In December, he confessed to paying an agent to find clients. He admitted to acting without integrity. He did not admit to trying to cover his tracks. The false allegations had put immense stress on the soldiers involved.
Really, their marriages have been affected, their lives have been affected. The anguish this has caused them is quite shocking. And also, they're reliving situations in wartime which they'd rather forget. Many of them have been, they've left the service 15, 20 years ago.
He's now been exposed for so many false allegations. He's made soldiers' lives a misery over the last few years. I think the decent thing now would be for him to apologise properly to all those troops and their families.
For Mr. Shiner's firm too, it was a lucrative business, the tribunal was told. It heard that he'd ignored the rules of his profession, believing that his work was so important that the ends justified the means. Caroline Hawley, BBC News.